You guys hear that shit? That is what is currently playing at the Techland Studios because they did it again. These guys, I mean, the narrative is quickly changing with this developer because last generation, Techland was known as some of the best developers out there. Very supportive, with the community, very in touch with listening to feedback and complaints and fixing things as quick as possible, giving us lots of content for years and years with the first Dying Light game. And the narrative is quickly changing this generation because these guys are just incapable of optimizing their games on the next generation of consoles. So today on Twitter, I woke up to some great news, and I'm being sarcastic. They basically posted a picture saying that the next generation patch is out for the original Dying Light game. I mean, I can spend hours talking about Dying Light 2 and all the mistakes they made with that game. Dying Light 2 recently got a patch which they finally did performance mode for the Xbox Series S, and it is running at 60 frames per second, but there's a lot of screen tearing. It's only at 720p. Again, I'm not going to harp too much on the resolution because I can't contradict myself. I don't care too much about resolution. I just want that 60 frames per second. But it is running horrible. I still haven't finished Dying Light 2 because there's just a lot of problems with the game. It is still not optimized properly for the Series S. Like I said, a lot of screen tearing, a lot of problems. It just doesn't feel smooth. So anyways, back to the purpose of this video. I just wanted to make a quick video, and yeah, they released this picture. It's basically showing that their next generation patch for the original Dying Light game is out today, and it is absolutely awful. So on the Series X, it is getting 1080p 60 frames per second on performance mode, but no 4K unless you want to do quality mode on the Series X. And then on the Series S, the little brother, the forgotten little fucking brother, they just treat this console like shit. This game is getting 30 frames per second still on the Series S, and yeah, I mean, basically no changes. It still runs awful. You guys are seeing some of the gameplay. Very choppy, very just does not look good whatsoever, does not feel good. And you guys have to, is this game 7 years old at this point? This game is 7 years old, and they cannot optimize it for the Series S. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's a lot of people out there that are going to say, well, it's only a $400 console. You guys don't understand. This console is, and I've said this so many times before, this console is running tons of games, especially older ones. Like, how many games are in the Xbox library that are running at 60 frames per second on the Series S? You guys, it's at least got to be in the hundreds at this point. And especially old titles like this. Even recently, we just had GTA 5, which there's a lot of mixed opinions about that. But GTA 5, which I want to know from you guys. Do you guys think Dying Light 1, what you're looking at right now, is more demanding than GTA 5 on... It's not more demanding. You guys, nobody can convince me that this Dying Light game, the original Dying Light game, and maybe even the second Dying Light game, is more demanding on the system and on the hardware than GTA 5 is. And then, granted, GTA 5 graphically doesn't look that impressive, but it's basically the same as this game, and it is able to do 1080p 60 frames per second. Just 2 weeks ago, they came out with that new update. So, and yes, I know they charged for it, but they didn't have to. That's just Rockstar being greedy assholes. But there's just no way that this game should not be doing 60 frames per second. It's a 7-year-old game, and yeah, Techland, again, like I mentioned earlier in this video, there was just a ton of comments I was seeing online today. People are shitting on them. A lot of people are pissed off, myself included. And it just seems like they are, I don't know what they're doing over there, but this is not looking good. So I guarantee you in the next month, they're going to take all this feedback again, and they're going to give us a 60 frames per second update. They should have just waited. They must know the amount of negative feedback that the second Dying Light 2 game got at its launch. They must have known that people were going to also be mad at this. So I don't know why they thought that they could just release this and people were going to be happy. That's not going to happen. So I bet you in a month we're probably going to get another update, and there's probably going to be more problems. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Are you guys disappointed? Are you guys, was this just to be expected with Techland nowadays? And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.